and welcome to Senior Moments. I am your host, Vicki Peterson. Get those pens and paper as I tell you every week. Today's guest will be Terry Dove Pittman from the Gideon Group, and we're going to be talking about marketplace ministry. So seniors, just because you have retired from one job does not mean God has not placed something else in you to do another job. Be right back.
Hello, my name is Terrence White, and I'm the Executive Director of Community Action of Greater Indianapolis. Serving the counties of Marion, Hamilton, Hendricks, and Boone, our mission is to empower those we serve to be self-sufficient and self-reliant. We offer a variety of programming, including senior and youth programs, case management, weatherization, financial coaching, and more. Please visit our website for more information or call 317-396-1800.
A Senior Moment with Vicki Peterson.
Seniors, are you just not feeling like yourself anymore due to the death of a spouse, children, or friends? Your grief is real and can sometimes lead to depression. You may feel like you'll never feel better and that nothing and no one can help, but that's not true. Call the Senior Helpline so they can connect you with the proper help and resources in your community. Don't suffer in silence. You are not alone. We're here to help. Welcome back to Senior Moments. Again, I'm your host, Vicki Peterson. I am here today with Terry Dove Pittman of the Gideon Group, as I told you before we went on the break. I am so happy to have you here with me today.
I am so honored to be here. Thank you so much, my friend. And
Thank you for coming, making time in your busy schedule. Yeah. Okay, tell us a little bit about Terry Dove Pittman.
Okay, so I am founder and chief strategy officer for the Gideon Group, which is a brand coaching, strategy, and procurement agency. I know that's a lot, but...
Well, you want to break it down for them.
Yes, we are. So we help people with their brand and help them find their purpose in their business. We also help them get government contracts and help them with their purpose, passion, and I now call it Prophet-C. So that's what we help folks do.
For those that's at home that don't, especially my seniors, when you say brand, can you explain that to them, please?
Absolutely. A brand is the essence of a business. It is the lifeblood of a business. Sometimes people mix up branding and marketing. They're very close together, but they're not the same. And I know I used to watch those old cowboy movies, and they would brand the cows. And my favorite was a Ponderosa. So you knew if a cow had a Ponderosa brand on it, you knew what kind of cow it was. You knew the quality of how they treated their cows. And when you had that beef, you knew that beef was going to be good. And you knew all that from a brand. So we have to do that with companies, that if I say the name of your company, people should know what kind of quality they're going to get, what kind of service they're going to get, and what kind of products they're going to receive.
All right, that is great. Okay, now explain this marketplace ministry.
Yes, I love marketplace ministry. I know it's kind of a new term, especially for us in the Christian world. But in my experience, I have learned that God calls us to things, and he also gives us a vocation. And those callings and vocations go together. And those callings and vocations can be used outside of the church walls. And that vocation and that calling can be used to minister to people. It can help them in business, because the Bible says the world knows business better than we do. And they have to see that we have integrity in business, that we know what we're talking about. You can't just hallelujah and you have terrible customer service. And I love Jesus and you don't deliver a product. So if the world knows you can deliver a product, then they can start to see your character and start to say, hey, there's something different about you. I want to know more about what's different about you. But you have to start with being able to handle business first. And so for me, marketplace ministry is a way that I evangelize, but I evangelize through my business. I don't proselyte. I don't hand out tracts during my business deal. but the life that I live and the Christ that's in me should explode and be able to help people not only in business, but in their life. So marketplace ministry to me is us as Christians using our talents, our gifts, and our callings to affect the world without being pushy and preachy. But those things added together will bring them to Christ because they want to know more. So I feel like God has moved now in a place where we don't have to be stuck in a pew to minister to somebody, that I could minister to somebody in my business and also make money and also be good at what I do.
All right. I heard that. Okay, what type of challenges have you had?
Man, I think when people think of I'm going to go into business, they have this idea of overnight success. Like, I'm going to start this is going to blow up. And a lot of challenges I have had, truthfully and honestly, have been internal. There are a lot of things, limited beliefs that I had. I knew how to make money. I knew how to sell. I knew how to talk to people. But there was times I couldn't progress and I didn't understand why. And it was because I had limited myself, or I didn't take enough time to learn accounting, or I trusted somebody based on I just love them. And some of the challenges that I had to get over was really learning how to be a boss, not just a person that does things or is good at something. And I really had to accept that God had put me in a place of rulership and not just servanthood. So that was one of my biggest challenges, moving from just being a servant to learning how to be king, queen, and boss. That was a huge challenge for me.
So how did you overcome that?
Just getting in there.
All right.
I mean, it's a process. I think when you say you want to start a business, you're basically saying, I want to start a kingdom of my own. And you have to learn through failure. I tell anybody, if somebody's a consultant or a coach and they have never had any failure, I don't trust them. Because failure is what really teaches you how to do better. Some of the best advice I got was clients going off on me or telling me how things could be better, because I would have never seen it from their perspective. I thought I was doing great.
Right.
But when they can tell you, I really didn't like how you handled this. And you can say, oh, okay, I need to do better. I need to put a different process in place. Or I need to be more attentive to my clients. And it might at the time feel like a failure, but those failures have helped me be able to tell other people what not to do. Don't do what I did. Or it can help me say, okay, here's another challenge I need to learn how to get over. So I think sometimes we are afraid of that in business, especially Christians, because we want to be perfect and we don't want anything to go wrong. But things have to go wrong in the process for you to be better. To be great, you have to fail. If you haven't failed, I don't trust your greatness.
Oh, wow. But that's true, and it's good you can accept constructive criticism.
It's necessary. Critics they really help you more, because sometimes your friends are just gonna tell you they love you, they so proud of you, and that's great, but that doesn't always help you overcome challenges. So failure does not mean denial, and I've learned that sometimes I have to learn and things have to start over from the bottom for me to know how to build it right.
Well, I can agree with that, because it's just as the baby's learning to walk, that baby keeps falling down, but the baby don't stay down. It keeps popping right back up on its feet until it learns how to walk without rocking and rolling and falling down again.
That's it.
And then as time goes on, that baby is walking strong and proud.
That's it.
So that's
it.
just about the size of it. When you really think about it and look at it, people should start out, check out those toddlers.
That's it. And they're crawling and they're falling. We all have to do it.
And tell us, what is the difference between business owner and entrepreneur?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. I think a lot of people get it confused because entrepreneur is a buzzword nowadays. And a business owner, I'll give you an example, might be a person that owns a Waffle House or a McDonald's, and they might say, hey, I want to have 10 McDonald's. It's what's called a legacy business. I want to have 10 McDonald's. That's all I want to do. And that's wonderful. But that's business ownership. You are buying something that already has a structure, already has set profit margins, and something that's already set. You just have to reproduce it and make sure you maintain it. Entrepreneurs are people that find problems in the world and say, I need to fix this problem. And once they fix that problem, they say, okay, I want to sell this business. I want to find another problem. So I often tell everybody, every entrepreneur is a business owner, but not every business owner is an entrepreneur. and you have to know the difference.
Wow.
My goal is to sell this business, honey. Find a process, make it all right. Here you go. You can have it. You can now be a business owner of what I created, but I want to solve another problem. If I see something that's wrong in the airport, if I see something about customer service I don't like, I usually can create a process, and that's what entrepreneurs do. They solve problems, and they do it through business.
All right, that is awesome. When you give us some thought that deep, I never thought about it that deep, but that is true.
Yeah, it takes a while because everybody starts off as a business owner. Then you progress. You start to learn. You go through hurdles. You start off as a service provider. You become a business owner. Then you might stop there. You might say, I want to be an entrepreneur. That's the process of business ownership. We just kind of like, okay, everybody that starts out, you just get people to pay you for what you're good at, but you learn. Okay, I need to know cash flow. I need to know legal stuff. I need to know how to handle employees. Okay, now I'm getting into business ownership. Well, now that I've learned those processes, you might say, you know what, I don't want to do this the rest of my life. I love this, but I feel like this is good in the market. I have now disrupted the market and solved a problem. I want to go to Bali and see what they're doing there and see how I can fix that. So it's a progression. And I think sometimes we get caught up to everybody. I'm an entrepreneur. Well, not necessarily so. You might just say, I want to have, 10 McDonald's and you would be the bomb for doing that. But me, I gotta be free. I can't be held down too long.
So the Gideon Group, what made you come up with the Gideon Group?
Thank you for asking me that. It was out of the Lord. Most of us in church know the story of Gideon. Gideon was in a cave and an angel came to him and said, "Mighty man of God." And he was like, "Who are you talking to? I'm in here hiding," But the angel said, "You're a mighty man of valor." And so God gave me that really to help bring brands, businesses, and people out of hiding into their purpose. Because a lot of us are mighty people, but our circumstances have told us we're not. And that's where, Gideon said, I'm the least of my family, and my family's the least of Israel. So how am I ever going to do anything? And often we hide. What I love about that story is Gideon was saving up food. And he was called to save people. So he was already walking in his vocation, in his calling, and he didn't even know it because fear had told him, go hide. And so I was there. I was that person. And so the Lord showed me, since I brought you out, I'm going to show you how to do that for other people. And I often find the thing that really can make people multimillionaires is the thing that they look over and say, well, I've been doing this since I was a kid. But that's the thing God implanted into you for you to gain wealth. But it's so normal that we say, no, that couldn't be that. But that's the thing. And that's what I love to help people do. I once had a lady, she came to me and said she wanted to sell coffee beans. And I was like, I don't know about that. Starbucks might have a problem with that. But we found out she was really a teacher. And now she's teaching all over the world.
All right. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back with more with Terry Dove Pittman.
A senior moment with Vicki Peterson.
Seniors, maintain your independence. That's right. Whether you're active or homebound, Helping Hand Senior Care can help you with the activities to keep you living in your home. We're licensed to help with like meal preparations, laundry, housekeeping, and even companionship. We accept these forms of payment. Call us today, 317-677-5573.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Welcome back again to Senior Moments. I am your host, Vicki Peterson, and we're here today with Terry Dove Pittman from the Gideon Group. I told you get those pens and papers out. She's giving you some great information. So we're going to continue our conversation with Terry Dove Pittman. First of all, before we go any further, I'd like to know, how can our viewers get in touch with you?
Okay, great. They can reach me at 317-674-3083 or at our website at www.thegideongroupllc.com.
All right. So now, if I say I'm going to try her out, I'm going to give her a call.
Yeah.
What are the steps to coming to you, and what will you do for me and my business?
Wonderful. First thing we do is what's called a discovery session. Because one thing I like to do, I need to find out where your spirit is and your mind. Because I would never want to put you in a position and push you out there and start doing marketing, start doing sales, and you're not ready to own a business. And I think people think that because they have the inclination, sometimes it's a transition from going from an employee to owner. And I like to talk about that and see if you're ready. And is this your purpose? Because I don't help people. If you come to me and you just want to make money, I can't help you. If you want to walk in your purpose, because your purpose attracts money, I can help you then. But if you just come to me and say, hey, this is a good hustle, and I can't help you. I don't help make hustles. I make purpose-driven businesses and entrepreneurs. So we would start with that discovery process and we would go through that. And I found often clients will say, hey, can you just kind of coach me through my insecurities or some things I'm going through or my fears? And let's get through that first. And we'll say, let's start here. And then we'll go on to, filing the articles and EIN and all that stuff.
Okay.
But I don't like to delve into, let's just go ahead and get started, because you might find out you really don't want to do this. This might be something you want to do on the side, or this might be something that's just because God gave it to you now doesn't mean it's the time to open it. So we have to find that out. So we would start with a discovery session, no obligation, and just find out where you are and if this is what you want to do, and kind of give you, hey, this is what you're going to face. And I'm realistic. Like, you going to make $1 billion tomorrow? No. Don't quit your job tomorrow. Don't take out of your pension tomorrow. Let's be practical and let's look at, this might take you 18 months for anybody to even know who you are. It might take you 1.5 years for you to even make $1. And you have to be okay with that. And you have to set your mind and spirit to that. Because if not, you're going to be very disappointed and you're going to be discouraged. And we don't want any of the opposition that's already going to come. We don't want to add to that. So we want to make sure you're ready. And once you have a clear mind on your purpose, like this is what I've been put on earth to do, then we can go 1,000 miles an hour.
All right. Okay, let's say we're there. We're at that step.
Yes.
And what's our next step?
After that, we start looking at goals that you want to reach and what are you really building. So the great thing about my business, it's not industry specific. Like I've helped with construction companies, hair salons, daycares. It doesn't say, okay, I'm only doing racing companies or I'm only doing restaurant companies. Speakers, authors, because business is business. The structure of business is still the same. Now, the goals you want to reach and the targets you want to reach and how you reach them, those might be different. But the basis of business is the same.
All right. And how long are you with that client?
It depends. It's really customizable. It's usually anywhere from it can be from 3 months to 1 year. But most people come back and say, hey, we got over this, Terry. Let's do something else. I'm like, I'm with it.
All right. And what are all the services that you offer at Gideon Group?
Good gracious. We are pretty full service. So we do help with incorporating businesses. We do help with making business plans. We also help nonprofits with the 501c3, getting them structured, teaching them how to fundraise. And a place I really love is helping companies, especially small companies, start to get into government contracting. I worked in government for 12 years, and that's a space that a lot of people shy away from because it is a lot of red tape. But once you start to learn it, there's a lot of money set aside for so many people, and it's a great place to be. I really love it. I love government. I'm a little weird. But I love working in government. I help constituents, the public, understand government is yours. You pay these people. So they're at your service. They're at your disposal. And let's start to get them the help in your process. And I've worked with the city of Indianapolis, Ava Taylor and Ron Franklin over there. I've worked with Maya Shipravelli over at the state of Indiana, and they are so willing to help small businesses. I don't think people know that. They are very willing to say, what can we do? I also work with Nate Lofton at PTAC. It's the Procurement Technical Assistance Commission. And they are an agency that just helps Indiana small businesses get contracts with the Navy, the Army, huge contract, and it's all free. All their help is free. They don't charge you anything. And a lot of people don't know because they're so fearful of the first step. They get to the Secretary of State, that's it. But our great state really has a lot of free resources for small business.
You're right. A lot of people don't know that.
They don't.
Now, what about seniors? Do you ever think it's too late for them? I don't.
Never. I love seniors. I have a lady that has a seasoning business that I help mentor, and I think she's 72. And she's got so much energy. Y'all, if y'all know her, y'all know who I'm talking about. But she has so much energy. I think purpose does not have an age limit. I think you can find purpose in anything. And I think with seniors, you have the wisdom to know who you are. You know what you're really good at. You know what you don't want. You know how you want to do it, who need the help. And I think it's been so great to watch so many seniors incorporate their grandchildren or nieces and nephews that can help them on the social media side, that they can see how we communicate nowadays. But I think as a senior, don't let age limit you starting a business. You have all the time in the world.
All right. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because we're going to eventually do a show
Okay.
on seniors in business.
Oh, that
So
would
I
be
think,
amazing.
Because I think other seniors need to see other seniors
Absolutely.
doing business.
Absolutely. And seniors to me are very focused. You know, sometimes when you're young, you got little kids, you have life that's happening. I think a lot of seniors are in a place like, I know what I want and I'm gonna hit these goals and I'm gonna do what I need to do. And I love it. When we were talking with, I call her Mama, but we were helping her with her business, I was so amazed at how her resilience and her just willingness to really say, okay, you give me an assignment, I'm gonna go do it, and she'll have it done. And then just her husband's involvement and really her seeing a world that because she worked somewhere for 30 years and her business allowed her to see another world outside of working. And she has been doing killer things and I just love it. And I also learn a lot. See,
Oh, yes.
I learned, you know, because I go in there like, okay, I'm gonna tell you how to do this. But even with her, I learned a lot. She gave me so much great advice on marriage and how to self-care because she was like, baby, at your age, I didn't take care of myself. I didn't go get massages. You need to do that. And she imparted that in me. So it was I wouldn't even say even exchange. I feel like I got way more.
Yeah.
she got a little business knowledge, but I got some life knowledge that's priceless. So seniors, I'm so open to seniors and I love it. I'm amazed at just their stories and the things that they have been through. And those things have made them. So honestly, I think they would be able to hit a market faster because they're not muddling through all the other things that sometimes people that are pre-seniors have to deal with, you know, kids and mortgages and, you know, they're like, hey, I could take this right now, take a trip to Florida, come back to my business.
And they're still excited.
Still excited.
Still excited about life.
This is what I love about you, and I've learned this from you.
Oh.
Is that sometimes in society, we want to put seniors away. And we want to say, okay, after 60, you know, you should just want to be, you know, knitting blankets and looking after what I'm doing. But they want to date. They want to hang out. They want to go on trips. They want to, you know, they're not dead. They're not, and sometimes society says you should just sit and be quiet, little grandma, pawpaw. They have a life too and had a life before we got here. And they need to enjoy life. And I've seen that with the things that you do, that you are still saying they still have life, they still have fun, they still have accomplishments they want to achieve. I have commended you and I love that you have shown people so much. Don't write your seniors off.
Right.
They are still living. They are still wanting to have fun. They still have a right to have life,
Yes,
just like
they
the rest
do.
of us. And they know how to do a little better too.
Yeah. Yes. Anything you want to say before we close out this segment?
No, I'm just, do not let your fears and doubts hold you back from greatness. Greatness and success are not things you push to. They're things that are already inside you because our Lord gave it to us already. So let that come out, and you'll see that that is profitable and more than just money, but in life. So live your purpose.
All right. We want to thank Terry Dove Pittman for being our guest today.
Thank you
and
so
we
much.
will see you on next week. And remember, this is the day the Lord has made. Make up your mind that you will rejoice and be glad in it.
Hello, my name is Terrence White, and I'm the Executive Director of Community Action of Greater Indianapolis. Serving the counties of Marion, Hamilton, Hendricks, and Boone, our mission is to empower those we serve to be self-sufficient and self-reliant. We offer a variety of programming, including senior and youth programs, case management, weatherization, financial coaching, and more. Please visit our website for more information or call 317-396-1800.
Another summer day has come and gone away from Paris or Rome, but I wanna go home. Oh, I miss you, you know. Let me go home. It'll all be alright. I'll be home tonight. I'm coming back home.
Okay, I want to share something with you seniors. I am doing a book collaboration with seniors. The title of the book is Amazing Grace, The Gift of Life. I need 3 more seniors. We're using 10 seniors. I need 3 more seniors. So if you're interested in writing a chapter in that book, you can reach me at 317-503-0992. We'll do book launches. We'll do marketing. We'll have a good time. And Pastor Jeffrey A. Johnson, Senior Pastor of Eastern Star Church, he will be writing the foreword for us. So this is my first book of collaborations. I'm so looking forward to it because the tag to my publishing company is leaving a legacy. So we all have a legacy to leave for our family and friends. So please think about it, pray on it, and get back with me, 317-503-0992 to become an author. It's never too late, even though you're a senior.